Okay.
Yeah, now look at the writing task 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you come to writing task 2, IELTS, this people they allow us to deal with 5 different types of essays.
Okay.
Okay, so these 5 different types of essays I'll tell you. I'm gonna send you this file as well. So these are the 5 essay type which I would like you to know. If you can just read them loudly.
The 5 most common IELTS writing tasks, 2 questions and their sample answers. Opinion essay, agree or disagree, advantage and disadvantage essay, problem and solution essay, discussion essay, discuss both views, 2-part question essay.
Yeah.
Okay.
ठीक है?
So,
So these are the 5 varieties. Now,
okay.
basically, you have to be very, very much careful when you do such questions. So, for example, जो पहला essay है, opinion essay,
Hmm.
right? I am going to talk about that. So, here is the question, if it is visible to you. This is opinion essay. Is it clear? Is it visible to you? My file, my screen, I mean.
Right. You should spend about 40 minutes on this. Actually, they are a
Yeah.
bit, I mean, like
Just,
small in size.
yeah. Now,
No.
are you on laptop or mobile phone?
Actually, I'm on mobile phone.
Yeah, it's all right. Just try now. Have a look. If it should be visible anyway. Is it?
Yeah, but
Try to read it if you can. So basically, it says, um,
when a country develops its
change the brightness level. Do you see this visible?
yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Like I have changed the brightness level. Like, is it affecting it?
Yeah, it's fine now.
Okay. Like I mean, I've changed the brightness level. So do you see the change there? I just wanted to know. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
yeah,
just
it is bright.
technological thing. Yeah. Very. Yeah. So just read it now.
When a country develops its technology, the traditional skills and ways of life die out. It is pointless it is pointless to try and keep them alive. To what extent
Okay.
do you agree or disagree with this opinion?
Right? So whenever you come across an opinion essay, it will come with to what extent do you agree or disagree with, or it may come with what is your opinion, right? Do you ask you such questions like whether homework should be given to school students or not? It means that it is an opinion essay, right? Is it clear? Hello,
Yeah.
hello, yeah.
Hello. Hmm.
So with this opinion essays, you should remember that whenever you write the introduction,
Hmm.
it should be followed in a particular right. So let me just show you the main essay file. Now whenever you write a particular essay, you remember here you're allowed to write 4 to 5 paragraphs. Okay, so the
Okay.
first paragraph should be the introduction.
Hmm.
Is it, yeah, visible? So
Yeah,
this
it is.
is one template I'm going to send you later, but I'm
Hmm.
just going to explain you on the basis of this template.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Now you see that introduction is given here. You don't
Hmm.
have to write the heading introduction. You just have to write opening sentence, which is called paraphrasing.
Okay.
So whatever the task is, for example, Abhi, for discussion, I'm just giving you one simple task, whether homework should be given to school students or not,
Okay.
right? So do you agree or disagree with this statement? So what do you think? Homework should be given or not?
I think yes, it should be given.
Right? So
Yeah.
you should use this template in case if you think your English is not good, but I consider that your language is you do have proper control over the language, so you should read this as well as make use of your own sentences. Okay, so homework
Okay.
should be given to school students or not has sparked much debate, right, or has been the topic of public debate in the recent times. So this is a paraphrasing.
Okay.
But otherwise, you can also make sentences. You just have to create a platform to write, right?
Mm.
Then you see, look at the second sentence. Second
Mm.
sentence is called general statement, right?
Okay.
What general statement means, what is generally believed, what is the social perception, whether some parents would say this or whether some parents would say that. Okay, so there is
Right.
always a group. So you may
Mm.
say that some people agree with, some parents may agree with that the homework should be given to school students, and some may not agree with that because they want their kids to spend some time on in sports.
Mm.
Okay.
Right.
So
Yeah.
second part of introduction is your general statement. While the
Mm.
third statement in the opinion essay only, you have to clearly state that, or you have to clearly show your stand.
Okay.
कि भाई I think this,
I
whatever
believe.
whatever yeah is, but I think this. So
Mm.
let's say you said I agree that homework should be given to the school students. Now
Mm.
if you look at the question, back to the question, it says to what extent do you agree or disagree.
Mm.
ठीक है?
Yeah.
So here you have to show extent also.
Okay.
Opinion though you have given the opinion I agree, but to what level? This is what the clarity, this is what the depth of it, what extent.
Mm.
Okay, so you should say either you completely agree or you partially agree.
Mm.
Okay, so suppose if you have a neutral view, you know you may say that okay 50%, us 50% says that it should not be given and 50% says that it should be given. I also believe that I partially believe that homework should be given to a certain extent.
Mm.
So you will have a neutral view. Now I will tell you what is the logic of giving your view. Suppose if you say I completely agree, okay, then in these body paragraphs you would suggest what are the points with which you come to this agreement, or what are the points which makes you believe, what are the points which make you believe that you should agree to the fact that homework should be given.
Mm.
So you may write the positive points of it, that homework is beneficial, homework make a student disciplined, they
Mm.
give them a sense of grasping quickly, or lot many points, whatever it can come to your mind. So you have to write all those points. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Likewise, in the body paragraph 2 also, you would be suggesting that yes, still you will be quoting other examples of benefits of this homework.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
And being an open-minded student, here you can add one particular sentence saying that, like, however, or maybe granted or admittedly, that homework is really beneficial, but still it should be given in limited amount or for limited hours.
Mm.
Oh, okay, because otherwise, overindulgence is harmful for whatever you do in life. So you can make such one or two sentence just before your conclusion. So
Okay.
body paragraph 2 के साथ में ही last में you can make these two sentences. However, like overindulgence in any activity is as harmful as overindulgence in homework also. So parents and school body should be like very calculus or calculative when they give the homework to school students. Okay.
Right.
Then you will come to conclusion. So you would say, in sum, according to the above mentioned analysis, it is clear, it is very much clear that homework is an essential part of learning activity.
Mm.
With the advent of technology, yes, it can be made much better. It should relieve stress and burden from school children,
Mm.
and school authorities and parents should also consider equally their growth and their interest in the other fields also. So it should be a conclusion which supports your view
Okay.
that homework should be given, and it is important so that it can be rectified and can be made much interesting with the usage of technology.
Mm.
Do you have any questions with this?
No, not right now. Okay.
Right? Yeah.
No, the thing is that I can mention that homework should be in limit or something like that. It will be
Yeah.
when if I'll say partially, if I'm partially agree with the thing, right?
Very
If
good.
I'm
Yeah.
fully agree,
Yeah.
then I don't have to mention the same thing, no?
Yes, when you partially agree, very good question. Like I was about to come to that only. When you partially agree, remember,
Mm.
now you're having a neutral view. So
Mm.
you will one body paragraph you will devote to the positive points of giving homework, while the second body paragraph you should say that like what else can be done. or you should say that if the homework is given in it can spoil children's eyesight, it can make children obese, right? It can disconnect the children or the child from the society, because if all the time if the child is studying half of the time in the school and half of the time at home, so obviously he's gonna spoil lot many things.
Yeah. But I have to
Okay.
take care of this also, no? That like the points which I have already given in the positive thing, they
Yeah.
should not be contradict them. Like it should not be contradictory or something like that. I mean, like I cannot
Yeah.
try exact opposite of it, right?
Yes, yes. You should just remember, take a sideline, but
Hmm.
here with body paragraph 2, you should start with however. When you're
Okay.
taking a neutral stand or a partial stand, you say, however,
Hmm.
homework is considered really important, but there are a few demerits of it. If it is given in if it is burdening or if it is causing stress to a student, it should be like taken care of properly by the parents and school authorities. The best way could be to make it interesting and to make it more social activity where the child can meet other students and solve the problems and whatever difficulties he faces doing the homework. So you know that how these days these schools are teaching, they are doing lot many things, they just want parents to buy this stuff, that stuff, so they are just trying to make it interesting, so you can use that here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as and when you will write, like I have given I have shared this file already. So this file, opinion essay, you have a question related to it and you have a solution related to it, sample answer, which is around 8.5 band answer.
Okay.
Okay, likewise you have sample answers for all varieties.
Okay.
Okay, now the next one is remember, if you can look at the this advantage, disadvantages, and we are taking discussion, the fourth one.
Hmm.
Okay,
Hmm.
now very importantly, agar if it is not opinion essay, right,
Hmm.
you should not write your stand here in the third statement of introduction,
Okay.
where you are at whatever you write, in my belief, in my opinion, I think, I disagree, I agree, I completely, I strongly, whatever it
Hmm.
is, it can only be done in opinion essay, first kind of essay.
Okay.
Remember, the one which is having heading like this,
Hmm. Hmm.
plain
Hmm.
heading,
Right.
what extent, right? But
Hmm.
if you get like questions such as disadvantages and disadvantages, and these are second type of essay, this is second type of essay, while discussion essay is the third, let's consider it third type of essay. Okay,
Okay.
so your introduction, first point which is paraphrasing is same, second
Hmm.
statement which is general statement is also same, while
Hmm.
in discussion essay or advantages disadvantages essay, remember this is what academic style is, you just have to write the words, select the words very very carefully. So if it is advantages disadvantages essay, you should write here in the third statement, apparently, right? Apparently, there seems to be some advantages to it, but there could be disadvantages as well. This essay will highlight both and will lead to a meaningful conclusion.
Okay.
Okay, so right now, what you are trying to say here is that I am basically not aware of what many advantages and what many disadvantages are there. I am
Hmm.
going to actually write them and then come to know, or then we will come to know.
Okay.
So in the body paragraph, you will see ये जो preparation है, I will should tell you right now only that they will give you rough pages. Okay, and if
Hmm.
you're going for, even if you're going for online IELTS, they will be giving you rough pages, and
Hmm.
on the rough pages you can plan it out. 2-3 मिनट जो शुरू के रहेंगे, हम जो 15 मिनट में पहला टास्क करेंगे, so we
Hmm.
will be saving around 5 minutes for task 2. So you
Hmm.
try to save your you try to plan your structure.
Hmm.
Okay,
Okay.
so here in the body paragraph, you will be writing advantages. So let's
Hmm.
say you write three advantages,
Hmm.
and then in the body paragraph two, since you have to write disadvantages also, so you're writing two disadvantages here.
Okay.
So what should be a conclusion then? In sum, according to the above mentioned analysis, it is evident that कि हमारे पास तीन advantages थे or only two disadvantages were there. So
Hmm.
analysis, it is evident that advantages outweighs disadvantages.
Okay.
So now we have reached to a conclusion. That is what I'm trying to say.
Hmm.
Is it clear?
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
can't it be like that some the topic which I get, I feel like there are more disadvantages of that and lesser of
Yes.
advantages.
So what should be a conclusion then?
Then it would be that in the place of advantage, I have
Yes.
to mention the disadvantages.
Very good, very good, very good. That is what is required. Okay, got it. You can also have a neutral view where you can only enlist two advantages and two disadvantages, and then you take a neutral stand, a neutral conclusion. Oh, got it?
Yeah, right.
And now in the same manner, we jump on to the discussion essay. So remember, no changes, nowhere at all. Now in the third point here in the introduction, we should write, right? I will. This essay will discuss the argument. This essay will discuss both the views on the basis of merits, and which will lead to a meaningful conclusion.
Okay.
So there is no opinion, no advantages. Oh, we should not mix the words here. If they are asking discussion, so this essay will discuss both the views, and with the help of examples and merits, and then will lead to a conclusion.
Okay.
Okay.
So like
Then
it could be demerits also, no? It's in
yes,
but like
yes. But
it's
remember,
not
we have
necessary
to
that.
select the words very very carefully.
Okay.
Okay, that is what the writing style is. I know we all know that one person is only going to write, but in one way it is his opinion, the other way it is indirect opinion. So
Hmm.
basically, you just have to write indirect opinions here. So
Okay.
this essay will discuss both the views or highlight both the views, and on the merits, it will lead to the conclusion. Okay,
Okay. Yeah.
so you will discuss here like what are the advantages, what are the positive points of homework, what could
Hmm.
be the negative points of homework, and then again in the second body paragraph, if you want to stretch it, you can stretch it. It is going to be like discussion going on, right?
Okay.
Here you can counteract if you quote one positive point of homework, then you can counteract that. You can write down another sentence in contrast,
Hmm, 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 hmm.
and whatever you feel like you come to whatever your point suggests. So in some, according to the above mentioned discussion,
Hmm.
right, overall if you're taking side of the homework, right, then you should support the homework, that yes, it is an important activity and it is one of the trends that school follow, and it has been in the past and in the present it has been successful, so there is no denying that this should be continued in the future also. Got
Right.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah. This we'll reach to the this problem and solution essay
Hmm.
and two-part question essay. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you say we will discuss two part first because it will be easy to understand problem and solution then.
Can't we, I mean, like,
So
if we'll discuss it all the things today, I don't think so. I'll
oh
be
yeah,
confused.
yeah. It's fine. I mean, I was thinking the same thing, but it's all right. But so the thing is that now you have writing task one, that pie chart to continue, right? I mean, you got that pie chart to finish, and then you got your own question. So which was this one, that lengthy question. So basically, what I was trying to say is that you see this the task that I gave you.
Hmm.
It has these 2 points. If you can read on my screen, तो हम इसी को खत्म कर डिस्कस करके खत्म कर देते हैं. Can you just read this?
Yeah, it is important for children to learn the difference between right and wrong at an early age. Punishment is necessary to help them learn this distinction. To what extent do you agree or disagree with this opinion? What
Right?
sort of punishment should parents and teachers be allowed to use to teach good behavior to children?
Yeah, basically that is why I was discussing the two-part question, because if you see the half till here,
Hmm.
it
Is
is an
the
opinion essay.
Yeah,
But if you see this, the another question is added to it. So
yeah,
this is basically the structure of two-part question. So these days they are mixing the question and sending us.
okay.
Asking in the exam, so you have to be careful whatever I said, whether they if they have asked opinion with the mixed question, you should not give your opinion in the third statement. Okay,
Okay.
you should be third statement of the introduction, remember, because here you can't, because here you give your stand and you follow your stand, but
Hmm.
when it is a mixed question you should remember that it should not happen. And
Hmm.
here you will give indirect opinion, and you will discuss about you will talk about it in the first paragraph,
Hmm.
and because the first question says give your opinion and the second question says what sort of punishment, so you have to give the options for punishment. So the second body paragraph, meaning the actual third paragraph, should have answer to the second question.
Hmm.
अगर
Right.
if you think that opinion वाला का आपको बढ़ाना है, तो you can extend one more, you can stretch to one more paragraph. If not, if you want to stretch for the punishment, you can stretch there also. So at least 5 paragraphs you can write. Got
Okay.
it? So
Yeah.
that was the reason for giving you the explanation for task 2.
Okay.
तो इट वाज टू पार्ट क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, ऐसे ही जैसे आपका ये क्वेश्चन है, दिस वन, ऐसे दो क्वेश्चन मार्क्स. वेन एवर यू कम अक्रॉस सच क्वेश्चन, लुक एट टू क्वेश्चन मार्क्स. एक इधर है और एक इधर है. इट मीन्स दैट इट इज अ टू पार्ट क्वेश्चन. गॉट इट?
And yeah.
राइट. इन द सेम मैनर, और जो प्रॉब्लम इन सॉल्यूशन ऐसे है वो भी इस तरह से ही आता है. जैसे आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल दैट पॉल्यूशन हैज बिकम अ बिग प्रॉब्लम दिस डेज. यू गॉट
Hmm.
इट? ये सिंपल सा स्टेटमेंट बना दिए. यहाँ पे दो स्टेटमेंट थे, मैंने बताया प्रॉब्लम पॉल्यूशन हैज बिकम अ बिग प्रॉब्लम दिस डेज. सो व्हाट, अब पहला क्वेश्चन रहेगा व्हाट आर द कॉजेज ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम.
Hmm.
तो पहले बॉडी पैराग्राफ में आपको सिर्फ कॉजेज लिखने हैं
Hmm.
इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद. एंड द
Hmm.
सेकंड क्वेश्चन शुड से व्हाट आर द सॉल्यूशंस फॉर द प्रॉब्लम.
Hmm. Okay.
सो सेकेंड बॉडी, जो थर्ड पैराग्राफ होगा एक्चुअल में आपका सेकेंड बॉडी पैराग्राफ, देयर यू जस्ट हैव टू राइट द सॉल्यूशंस. एंड यू कैन टेक the solution and conclude with the one solution that yes, in conclusion I would suggest that a solution like moving on to bicycles and moving on to battery operated vehicles would be a better and the best option for the future generation to come. And yes, it will bring down the pollution levels to null or whatever, zero and whatever. Got it? So
Yeah.
इतना सा था बस वो. But still, आप whenever you may write, we will discuss accordingly, because each and every, we do not have to worry about the numbers of essay we write. We just have to worry about one essay which is written around 8 band or 7.5 band. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay then. So अभी आपके पास homework